I never thought I would become that woman. The kind who follows her husband in the middle of the night, heart pounding, hands shaking, afraid of what she might find. Because for years, I trusted him. Daniel wasn't just my husband. He was my safe place. The man who remembered the little things, how I liked my coffee, the songs that made me cry, the way I always got cold even in summer. We had built something real. Or at least, I thought we had. It started slowly. The changes. The small, almost invisible cracks in what used to feel perfect. At first, it was just longer hours at work. Big project, he said. Deadline coming up. I didn't question it. Why would I? Life gets busy. People get tired. That's normal. But then, the late nights became a pattern. And the explanations became shorter. Colder. Less convincing. He stopped leaving his phone around. Started taking calls outside. And sometimes, I'd catch him staring into nothing. Like he was somewhere else entirely. Not with me. Not in our home. But somewhere far away. Somewhere I couldn't reach. One night, I asked him directly. Is everything okay? He smiled. Too quickly. Too perfectly. Yeah. Just stressed. That was it. No details. No effort to reassure me. Just an answer. And somehow, that made everything worse. Because deep down, I knew something wasn't right. The night everything changed, felt like any other. Daniel grabbed his keys around 9:30 p.m. I have to go back to the office, he said. I nodded. Don't wait up. I forced a smile. Okay. But as soon as the door closed behind him, something inside me snapped. I didn't think. I didn't plan. I just moved. I grabbed my coat, my keys, and followed him. My heart was racing so fast I could barely breathe. I stayed a few cars behind, gripping the steering wheel like it was the only thing holding me together. Every turn he made, I followed. Every stoplight felt like torture. And then, he didn't go to the office. He drove right past it. My stomach dropped. A cold, heavy feeling settled in my chest. This was it. This was the moment everything I feared was about to become real. He drove into a quiet neighborhood I had never seen before. Tree-lined streets. Soft yellow streetlights. Small houses that all looked the same. Normal. Too normal. He pulled over in front of one of them. Turned off the engine. And just sat there for a moment. Like he was preparing himself. Like whatever was inside that house mattered. A lot. I parked further down the street, my hands trembling as I killed the engine. I watched as he stepped out of the car. Walked up to the front door. Knocked. And then, the door opened. A woman stood there. She looked tired. Not glamorous. Not threatening. Just real. But the way she looked at him. It wasn't casual. It wasn't distant. It was familiar. Soft. Like she had been waiting for him. My chest tightened. This was it. This was the moment. The confirmation. The truth. But I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to see it. Still, I couldn't look away. And then, everything changed. A small figure ran out from behind the woman. A little girl. She couldn't have been older than 5. Her hair was tied up in a messy ponytail. She was wearing a pink hoodie. And she ran straight toward him. Without hesitation. Without doubt. She jumped into his arms. And said one word. Dad. The world stopped. Everything inside me froze. My breath caught somewhere between my chest and my throat. I couldn't move. Couldn't think. Couldn't even process what I had just heard. I watched as Daniel picked her up. Held her like she belonged there. Like it was natural. Like he had done it 1,000 times before. She laughed. Wrapped her arms around his neck. And he smiled. Not the tired, distant smile I had been seeing at home. But something else. Something warm. Something real. Something I hadn't seen in months. And that's when it hit me. This wasn't just cheating. This wasn't just a mistake. This was a life. A whole life. That he had kept hidden from me. I don't remember driving home. I don't remember unlocking the door. Or sitting down. Or the hours that passed after that. All I remember was that word. Dad. Echoing in my head. Over and over again. When Daniel came home that night. I was waiting. Sitting in the dark. The room lit only by the faint glow of the hallway light. He froze when he saw me. Hey, you're still up? I didn't answer. I just looked at him. And said 3 words. I followed you. Silence. Heavy. Unavoidable. His face changed instantly. Color draining. Eyes widening. What? I saw everything. My voice didn't sound like mine. It sounded distant. Cold. Detached. The house, I continued. The woman. I paused. Swallowed. And the little girl. He didn't say anything. Didn't deny it. Didn't even try. And somehow, that hurt more than anything. She called you Dad, I whispered. Still, silence. Then finally. He closed his eyes. And exhaled slowly. Like he had been holding it in for a long time. Too long. I was going to tell you, he said quietly. No, I snapped. You weren't. He looked at me. Really looked at me. And I saw something I hadn't expected. Not guilt. Not fear. But pain. Deep, heavy pain. She's my daughter. The words hit me like a punch to the chest. Real. Clear. Final. I felt the air leave my lungs. My hands started shaking. You have a child, I said slowly. Yes. And you didn't tell me? I didn't know how. I let out a bitter laugh. You didn't know how? You've had 5 years, Daniel. She's not 5, he said. She's 4. The correction hit harder than anything else. Because it meant one thing. One undeniable truth. He had been with someone else. While he was with me. Who is she? I demanded. The woman. He hesitated. And that hesitation told me everything. Answer me. Her name is Emily. The name felt unfamiliar. Strange. Like something I should recognize, but didn't. It wasn't what you think, he said quickly. Then what was it? I shot back. Because from where I'm standing, it looks pretty clear. He ran his hands through his hair, pacing. It happened before we got married. I froze. What? It was one night, he said. One stupid night. My chest tightened. When? Before we got engaged. The timeline spun in my head. Trying to make sense of it. Trying to place it. Trying to understand how something so big could have been hidden for so long. She didn't tell me, he continued. Not until recently. I stared at him. You expect me to believe that? She showed up 3 months ago, he said. With the child. The room felt like it was closing in. And you just accepted it? I did a test, he said quietly. It's mine. The words landed heavy. Permanent. Unchangeable. And instead of telling your wife, I said slowly. You decided to play dad in secret? I didn't want to lose you. The answer came too fast. Too honest. And somehow, it made everything worse. So you lied instead. I was trying to figure it out, he said. Trying to do the right thing. I laughed again. But this time, it broke halfway through. What's the right thing, Daniel? Having a secret family? No, he said firmly. Taking responsibility. The words hung in the air. Complicated. Heavy. She's innocent, he continued. The child. She didn't ask for any of this. My throat tightened. Because I knew he was right. And I hated that he was right. And what about me? I whispered. Silence. What about your wife? His voice softened. I was going to tell you. I shook my head. No, you weren't. And deep down, we both knew it was true. Days passed. Without resolution. Without answers. Just distance. I couldn't stop thinking about her. The little girl. The way she smiled. The way she ran into his arms. The way she said dad like it was the most natural thing in the world. And I hated myself. Because part of me didn't feel anger. It felt something else. Something I didn't want to admit. Curiosity. A week later. I went back. Alone. I stood in front of that house, my heart pounding just like before. But this time, I knocked. The door opened. And Emily stood there. She looked surprised. But not scared. Not defensive. Just tired. You must be her, she said softly. I nodded. She stepped aside. Come in. Inside. Everything felt simple. Quiet. Lived in. And then, the little girl ran into the room. She stopped when she saw me. Curious. Innocent. And then she smiled. Hi, she said. My heart broke. Because in that moment, she wasn't a secret. She wasn't a betrayal. She was just a child. And nothing about this was simple anymore.